Good evening and welcome everyone to Master PraQ, Practical Approach to Learning. And this evening we have the Astro Club leader Akshara presenting her tips for us. Akshara is a hat-trick world record holder in Route to Value. She's a national archer, a youth icon awardee, and the founder of Astro Club. She's also the president of Route Rotarian Interact Club. So what happens basically on Master PraQ is we bring out new topics on every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the same. We get out new people and different topics where people will give you tips and tricks about various fields. If you want to attend any further Master PraQs, please DM us and we will send you the links. It's a weekly thing. It's a free masterclass, so you do not have to pay anything for it. Welcome everyone to this Master PraQ session, and thank you so much, Sai Akshara. The floor is all yours now.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. A very good evening to you all. So, first of all, I would like to thank everyone for attending today's Master PraQ session with me and also with the Astro Club also. And before we start the session, I would like to make two important announcements. The first one is regarding Astro Club. First, I would like to introduce to everyone what exactly Astro Club is. So Astro Club is an initiative started by me around 10 months ago. The main aim of Astro Club is to instill the curiosity on astronomy amongst the younger generation because this subject is not taught in the schools. And Astro Club also conducts various competitions and quizzes and also gives certificates to all its participants. Nowadays, astronomy is becoming the key field in many areas because many countries are spending lots of amounts of money and they're also doing a lot of research in order to, they're also doing a lot of research to make more new discoveries related to astronomy. So if you want to be a member of Astro Club, like already some of you here are already the members of Astro Club, but if you want to be if all the new members, if you want to join in the Astro Club, I'll be providing you the link for our WhatsApp group in the chat so that you can join our group for further information related to astronomy and all the sessions we conduct. So the Astro Club sessions will mainly be every Sunday, evening from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So you can join every Sunday on Zoom so that we can discuss some interesting topic related to astronomy, right? So now I'm providing you the link of the group so that you can join. Just a second. Yeah, so I've sent the link in the chat. You can just click on the link and join the group if you wish to learn further more about astronomy. Okay? Yes. So the second announcement is that Brainrhyme Singapore and the Astro Club are planning to conduct a very big astronomy competition on August or September. We are planning about it and we will let you know the details soon. Okay, so now we are going to start our session. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. Just a second. Yes, so let's start. Yeah, so as we all know that nowadays I mean, after 2 decades, again, the planet Venus has come into the news. And NASA is also planning to send 2 missions to Venus around the years of 2038 to 2040. Between those years, NASA is planning to send 2 missions to Venus to study more about the atmospheric conditions on Venus and also to know its geographical and its atmospheric conditions there. So today, in this session, in this Master PraQ session, today we are going to learn more about Venus, like the basic concepts related to Venus. So let's begin. Yeah. So all of us know that Venus is the second planet from the sun. So it is fairly close to the sun. And the first planet is Mercury, of course. The first planet is Mercury and the second planet is Venus. And Venus is a terrestrial planet and it is sometimes called as Earth's sister planet or Earth's twin planet. So why is it called so? Because both Earth and Venus are similar in size, mass, composition, and distance from the sun. So they are named like that. But after sending the spacecrafts to the planet in 1962, scientists realized that these two planets are very different. So now we can assume Venus to be the unidentical twin of Earth. So it is also known as the unidentical twin planet of Earth. Yes. Moving on to the next one. And Venus is also termed as the morning star and the evening star, which means that Venus can be seen in the sky both during the day as well as during the night. But during the day, the brightness of the sun, because the sun is so bright and the brightness of the sun makes it difficult to see the Venus from the Earth. But just before the sunrise or after the sunset, like just before the sunrise or after the sunset, the Venus becomes the brightest object in the sky. And it is typically the brightest object in the sky except for the moon. So in this figure, you can see this is the moon, like the one that is larger in size is the moon here. And next to it, we can see the Venus in the night sky. So Venus can be seen during the night and it becomes the brightest object in the sky, next only to moon. So now let's see how did Venus get its name. Venus, the word Venus seems to be very unique, but do you know its origin? Perhaps not. So now let's look at the origin of the name Venus. Venus is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty due to its bright and shining appearance in the sky. In those days, only 5 planets were known to the astronomers and to the scientists. In those 5 planets, Venus was the brightest of them. So they compared Venus to the Roman goddess of love and beauty, and so they named that planet to be Venus. That's how Venus got its name. Isn't it interesting? Yes. Another unique feature of Venus is that it is the hottest planet in the solar system. Normally, generally we know that Mercury is closest to the sun when compared to Venus. So we feel that Mercury must be the hottest planet, but Venus is much more hotter than Mercury. Let's see why. The reason for this is that Mercury can't hold the heat. It can't retain or it can't keep the heat because it has no atmosphere. On the other hand, Venus has a very dense and very thick atmosphere made of mainly carbon dioxide and nitrogen. So this atmosphere helps to trap the heat that is created by the sun and keeps Venus warm. In fact, it's so hot on Venus that even metals like lead would be in the form of melted liquid. To make this one simpler, just imagine that you're sitting in a campfire. The one who is closer to the campfire is not covering himself with any blanket or anything. But the one who is ahead of the campfire, like who is behind of this person, is is covering himself with a blanket. So because of that blanket, it means that the atmosphere, compare the blanket to be the atmosphere. Since there is atmosphere, he can retain the heat, and so it is much more hotter. But the person sitting in front is not covering himself with blanket, so there is no atmosphere around him. So he doesn't feel that much hot. The same is the case with Mercury and Venus also. Now, just now we have seen that Venus is the hottest planet of all the planets in the solar system. Have you ever wondered what happens to the rain there? It of course rains. It rains there, but the rain evaporates even before it hits the ground. And also the rain is pure acid. It is in a pure acid form. And it evaporates even before the rain touches the ground or it hits the ground. Now, let's look at the spin of Venus. Earth and most other planets generally spin in the anti-clockwise direction. But Venus is unusual because it spins in the opposite direction of Earth. That is, Earth and most other planets, that is in the clockwise direction, because the opposite of anti-clockwise is clockwise. So, since all the planets generally spin in the anti-clockwise direction, but Venus spins in the clockwise direction. That is another unique feature of Venus. Not only Venus, Venus and Uranus also. These two planets are the only planets in the solar system that rotate clockwise, whereas all the other planets rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. For now, no one is 100% sure what makes Venus and Uranus spin differently. Still, scientists did not find the answer to this question. Why do they spin differently? Let's hope that we may get the answer for this question soon in the future. Next. Before we talk about this, let's get to some general introduction. So, how do we calculate one day on Earth? Like the amount of time the Earth takes to rotate around itself. We calculate it as 1 day. And what about 1 year? The amount of time the Earth takes to revolve around the Sun is 1 year. That is fine. Like 1 day is 24 hours on the Earth and 1 year is 365 days, right? So now let's talk what about on Venus. On Venus, 1 day is equal to 243 Earth days. And 1 year on Venus is equal to 225 Earth days. Which means that Venus takes 243 Earth days to rotate around itself. And it takes 225 Earth days to revolve around the Sun. If you observe this closely, you see that a day on Venus is longer than a year. So days are longer than years on Venus. It's another unique feature about Venus. Moving on to the next one. 1 day on Venus is not like a day on Earth. On Earth, we see the sunrise and sunset once each day. Like we see that morning the sun rises and by the evening time the sun sets. But on Venus, the sun rises every 117 Earth days. Just imagine, the sun rises for every 117 Earth days. This means that the sun rises 2 times during each year on Venus, even though it is still the same day on Venus. So if you are Venus, you can celebrate your birthday 2 times in a year. Okay, next. So we know that on Earth, the sun rises in the east and the sun sets in the west. We all know that. But knowing that the Venus rotates in the opposite direction as our own planet, what can you determine about the sunrise and sunset on Venus? In fact, the sunrise and sunset is also opposite. The sun rises in the west and the sun sets in the east. So if you compare Earth with Venus, Venus is entirely opposite to Earth. That's why we called it as the unidentical twin. So the sun rises in the west and it sets in the east, in the case of Venus. And the reason for this is because Venus rotates backwards, like it means in the opposite direction when compared to Earth and most of the planets. Yes. The next one is Venus doesn't have any moons. If you talk about Earth, we have one moon. Earth has one moon. And there are some planets which have dozens of moons. And there are also some planets which don't have any moons, like Mercury and Venus. They don't have any moons. Have you ever wondered why? Yes, the reason is simple. The reason is that, let's move on to Mercury for some time. Since Mercury is so close to the sun and its gravity, Mercury is very close to the sun and its gravity, it wouldn't be able to hold on to its own moon. Like it can't hold to its moon. So any moon or Mercury would most likely crash into Mercury or may go into an orbit around the sun and get pulled into it. Since it has no atmosphere, it can't withstand the moon. Like it can't hold the moon. So it may crash into the Mercury itself. But that's about Mercury. That is the reason why Mercury doesn't have any moons. But why Venus doesn't have any moon, it is still a mystery for scientists to solve. Scientists didn't find the answer for this question as well, about why Venus doesn't have any moons. Okay, so this is some basic information related to Venus. So now let's watch a few videos related to Venus so that we can understand about it much better. So now I'm sharing my screen of the videos. Yeah, so now let's watch a video about flight on the surface of planet Venus. Yeah, is it audible?
Yes, miss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Akshara.
Yeah, so that's one of the video related to just a surface tour of Venus. So now let's watch another video why humans can't stay on Venus. Like why NASA is not planning to send humans to Venus. Let's find out the reasons there. So let me share the screen for that video as well. Yeah, let's see this one.
Venus is a place you would never want to visit. Often called Earth's twin because it's nearly equal in size and composition, Venus is a world of extremes. It's the hottest planet in the solar system, and it has the longest day. One day actually lasts longer than 1 year. So you could celebrate 2 birthdays on the same day. Reaching Venus only takes about 100 days, but scouting a landing site is impossible. The entire surface is permanently shrouded in clouds made of poisonous sulfur dioxide. As you descend through them, you'd be struck by 220-mile-per-hour winds. 30 miles down, the winds subside, and you'll enter a toxic haze. Venus's clouds rain sulfuric acid, but the atmosphere is so hot, the rain evaporates in midair, generating a haze of sulfuric acid over 10 miles thick. As you exit the haze, the temperature is 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and the pressure is 10 times greater than at sea level here on Earth. By the time you reach the surface, the pressure will be 92 times greater, the same pressure you'd feel half a mile under the oceans on Earth. And the temperature is a balmy 870 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. Don't think that landing on Venus's North Pole will be any cooler. Venus barely tilts on its axis, making the entire surface the same temperature, day and night, year-round. Let's say you somehow find a way to survive down here. Exploring Venus would be extremely difficult. Venus's clouds reflect 90% of sunlight that hits them, so the surface is dimly lit, making it hard to see anything beyond 2 miles. Plus, you'll need a continuous supply of oxygen. Venus's atmosphere is 96% carbon dioxide, 3.5% nitrogen, and less than 1% carbon monoxide, argon, sulfur dioxide, and water vapor. Then there's the risk of cell damage and possible cancer. Venus has no magnetic field that we know of, so being bombarded by high-energy cosmic radiation is a major concern. One silver lining? You'd feel slightly lighter on Venus. Venus is 91% the mass of Earth, so you'd weigh about 10% less. Sound like a good time? Some people used to think Venus's clouds hid a tropical paradise underneath. It wasn't until the 20th century that spacecrafts unveiled its true, hellish nature. Sending humans to Venus is a long shot, but between 1970 to 1982, the former Soviet Union successfully landed 8 uncrewed spacecrafts on Venus. The longest any lasted was just 110 minutes. It's been over 30 years since we sent anything to explore Venus's surface, and some experts think we're long overdue.
Yeah, so that's another video about the reason why humans can't go to Venus. But as I mentioned earlier, NASA is trying to send 2 missions onto Venus during 2028 and 2030. Between those years, it is planning to send. Yeah, so that's about the Venus. If you have any doubts, you can just post your questions in the chat and I'll be answering them for you.
Thank you so much, Akshara, for such an insightful view to Venus.
Yeah.
All the questions now. Anyone who wants to ask questions, please do so now. Do we have any questions? A reminder for everyone, you can join in the Astro Club WhatsApp group. Akshara has sent it in the chat box. Feel free to join that WhatsApp group. She has again sent it. Thank you so much, Akshara. So you can all join that. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do any of the members of the Astro Club want to say anything? The floor is all yours.
Yeah, all the Astro Club members, you can just unmute and just speak out how the session was and how you felt. Like, did you learn something new or what was your experience today? You can just unmute, feel free and just speak.
It's something new.
Okay.
It's very nice. Nice explanation.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Puneet, for your nice words. What about others, the members of Astro Club? Some of you are here.
I felt very happy. It it is very clear.
Okay, Mahesh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am, it was interesting and I also felt very happy
Yeah, thank you.
about knowing about Venus.
Yeah, thank you.
I like
It
to
was
learn
really
new
good.
things, and now I learned new things, so I'm very happy.
Yeah, great.
Soon I want to become a member of this group.
Yeah, fine. You can just click on the link and join our WhatsApp group for more information about Astro Club and all the sessions we conduct. And all the new members like who are not a part of Astro Club and who has attended today's Master PraQ session, if you're interested in astronomy and if you want to learn further more about astronomy, you can just join our WhatsApp group. I've already sent the link in the chat. And also, just a second. Yeah, and we also have an Instagram page for the Astro Club. So this is the Instagram page. If you have an Instagram account, you can just follow our page for more interesting updates.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Sai Akshara. Any other further questions before we wind up today's session?
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
you are.
Ishan, go ahead.
Uh, Thank you so much for this session. All my doubts that I had relating to the planet Venus are covered in this session, and I enjoyed it thoroughly, learning new facts about Venus.
Yeah, great. Thank you for your nice words. Anyone else wants to speak about this session and how you felt?
Like the session was really good because like you don't get to learn such things in your schools,
Yeah,
and like all the presentations and the videos, they were really clear, and the way you explained it was particularly really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sai Akshara. It was amazing. It was a very nice presentation and amazing facts we had. Any further questions, comments, reviews, anything?
Pranav, Vibhav, Pradamini, would you like to speak something? Or any others? Just feel free to speak. And in the further sessions of Astro Club, we'll be covering more and more interesting topics, and also we'll be conducting lots of competitions and quizzes. So every Sunday evening, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., we're going to have the Astro Club session in Zoom itself. So if you join our group, you can get all the updates about our club.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, Sai. I think we can wind up now. We have no further questions or reviews coming in. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much, Sai Akshara, for such an amazing presentation. It was a pleasure having each one of you here. Thank you.